Good evening. My name is Justin Jones. I'm here to present to you our issue analysis PowerPoint presentation over Wells Fargo. Our team consists of Sherry Ebony, myself, and Adam Ortega. Okay, outline of presentation. So I'm going to be giving the outline. I'm also going to be talking about finance and corporate whistleblowers as issues. Now, I didn't choose accounting because it was very similar to finance in a way when I did my research. So I drifted away from there and I went towards whistleblowers as issues. I'm going to talk in depth about Wells Fargo's financial issues over the years and how they came about, how they adjusted to losing customers, and how much of a burden was it for Wells Fargo to overcome it. And also, I'm going to give a definition of a whistleblower, corporate whistleblowers, and recommendations for both issues. Okay. Adam Ortega, he's going to be talking about the marketing and operation issues. He's going to fully focus on total marketing strategy to recognize culture shifts within Wells Fargo. And he's also going to talk about cross-selling to customers to the point that employees create fake accounts. So what was their whole purpose of doing it from the beginning, the marketing behind it. And Sherry, we're going to be talking about the concepts, which are business ethics, regulations, corporate culture, and corporate social responsibility. Those are the four concepts she's going to discuss, and she's going to give recommendations for each one. And she will also cover the conclusion. Okay, issue number one, finance. So illegal activity by employees. So we all know it's no big secret. They were dealing with this scandal that put Wells Fargo in jeopardy from the get-go. Employees were basically creating accounts to meet sales quotas so they can get more money, but they were doing it illegally by taking money from different customers' accounts and creating the accounts, and the customers never knew about the accounts at all. They had no consent. They didn't get their consent to do it. They just did it purposely to meet their quotas. And that's what put them in a financial burden from the get-go. As you can see right here, I have a picture that says there will be days where we will open 5 checking accounts for friends and family just to go home early. That was on a regular though. So you imagine hundreds of thousands of employees doing that just to meet their quotas. That's what put them in a financial burden from the get-go. Okay, customers love Wells Fargo after the scandal. Basically, anybody would do that. You know, if I was a Wells Fargo customer and I noticed that my money is gone and I didn't notice and I found out later on, I'll be mad. So a lot of customers took their money out of their accounts and they went somewhere else because they didn't really agree with that. They were very upset, disappointed that Wells Fargo would do something like that. And because of that, tons of revenue was lost within Wells Fargo. The moment that happened, they lost a lot of customers and they lost a lot of money. And they also fired a lot of employees coming up. And also the recommendations that I have for finance, what they should do is get a new leadership across the board. Board of directors wise, they should just fire everybody and get a new board of directors for leadership to start fresh. I recommend that they do weekly employee updates to cease employees creating fake accounts. So basically monitor them on a weekly basis and check very much so often just to see how the accounts are looking and if they're doing it the correct way. I feel that members that were already on the board before the scandal occurred, they should stay in their position because they had nothing to do with the scandal and all the problems that it brought about within Wells Fargo. And also change the overall job culture of Wells Fargo just in general from senior management. Just change it completely. Make sure they're heading the right direction there. They have good leaders behind them. They're going to do the right thing and start fresh, a fresh start. Okay, corporate whistleblowers. What is a whistleblower? So a whistleblower is a person who exposes any kind of information about a company that's deemed illegal or can be considered an issue or ethical towards an actual job or a business. Now, the problem came about was employees were actually retaliating against the whistleblowers when they came in and did this. They felt like they were abusing their authority. They were doing more than they were entitled to, and that's what caused a commotion. So my question is rewarding whistleblowers logical or is it an issue? Like I just stated, Wells Fargo's former workers, they they will follow the company policies and report any type of activity that was going on, but they didn't really like actually listen to them, and it went by and by, and before you know it, years went by, and that's when the actual scandal happened. But this was an issue that happened years ago that was brought up, but management didn't pay attention to it. So that's why they brought whistleblowers from the get-go to come in and try to seize the problem and seize whatever's going on within Wells Fargo. But it didn't really help because they have authority to do whatever they want, but they were really clashing with employees. So because of that, employees got fired for actually following protocol, but the management wasn't actually doing what they're supposed to do. And to give recommendations for that, I recommend that they should handle the whistleblowers in a less aggressive way because they're just doing their job at the end of the day. That's what they're entitled to do, to come in and actually check for problems or see if anything illegal is going on within the corporation. And also, I recommend that Wells Fargo branches should actually install more surveillance cameras around the actual store, in the stores, the busy locations, so to speak. So things like that will not occur. It will cease any kind of activity moving forward. So Wells Fargo can be profitable again and get back to where they were. And that concludes my part for the presentation.